Hello everyone, so Lightricks just shipped a brand new trainer for LTX 2.3, and it streamlines the entire IC-LoRA and LoRA training pipeline. They've also released a whole series of LoRA models for video generation using this new trainer. And what's pretty interesting is, we've already covered some LoRA models that do similar things for video generation before. But these look like they were built with a better pipeline, producing higher quality checkpoints. And if you look at the video outputs, they're pretty solid. Especially this one called the Ingredients model. Now, Ingredients is basically a reference to video LoRA, and we've talked about reference to video before, specifically the MSR-LoRA from Lykon Studio. If you caught my previous video on that, you saw how it works. You feed in multiple reference images, and it generates video with consistent characters and environments. Well, now the Lightricks team themselves have officially released their own reference to video IC-LoRA. So today, we're going to check out some examples running with this new Ingredients model. And on top of that, Lightricks just dropped a whole collection of new LoRAs on their Creative Lab page yesterday. So how do you actually use the new LTX trainer? Let's look at the LTX2 GitHub repo. As you can see, it was just updated yesterday. In the Packages folder, you've got LTX Core. That's the main model code. LTX Pipeline. That's what we use for Python-based video generation, not ComfyUI. And then, LTX Trainer. This is what you need to create LoRA models for LTX 2.3. Now, this new version has a completely updated codebase, and it can support audio, video, and even audio plus video training for IC-LoRA models, so you can train video only, audio only, or both together. Now, there's a lot of documentation here, a lot of text to read. But what's really interesting is that the Lightricks team also built agent instructions. If you look in the repo, there's a skills folder for training models. This isn't really meant for humans to read, it's designed for AI agents. The skill.md files inside tell an AI agent exactly how to orchestrate the entire training process. So the AI agent walks you through everything, preparing your dataset, what kind of videos to collect, setting up the training config, and running the actual training. And depending on what you're trying to do, video to video, audio to video, image to video, it guides you through different dataset formats and requirements. There's a lot that goes into it. Now I'm going to cover the AI agent-assisted LoRA training in a future video, but for today, as a warm-up, we're going to focus on the Ingredients IC-LoRA model. And if you look at the Creative Lab page, the data doesn't lie. Ingredients is by far the most popular one. It has the most favorites, the most downloads. And the reason is simple. You can provide characters, items, and locations all within a single reference image, and the model uses that as a reference sheet to generate video. It's super interesting. So before we generate video, we need to create a reference sheet image. And honestly, the timing is perfect here. Ideogram 4 just released, and it's in a really good sweet spot for creating these reference sheets. What we need is basically a grid layout, 2x2 or 3x3, with multiple characters, items, and environments in separate panels. Ideogram 4 is great at generating these. For example, in this case, I've got two characters, a cyberpunk hacker and a semi-robotic character with mechanical arms. They both have their own props, and the background is a cyberpunk street scene. Something like this makes a perfect reference sheet for ingredients. Now, as you guys probably know, Ideogram 4 has gotten a lot of new plugins and custom nodes since launch. For example, there's the Ideogram 4 Prompt Builder KJ node, which lets you define bounding boxes for specific areas. You could technically use that to manually build a reference sheet. But honestly, I don't like doing that manually. It takes too long. A much faster approach is using a language model to generate the JSON prompt structure for you. So what I did is simple. I used a language model, in my case, Qwen, to generate the JSON file. All I need to do is tell the AI what elements I want: characters, props, and a background scene. It then generates the full structured JSON with bounding boxes, descriptions, and layout. It's just a conversation. You can also grab the JSON template structure directly from ComfyUI's built-in Ideogram prompt templates, copy that format, and feed it to the language model as a reference. That way, the AI understands exactly what format to output, and you get a clean reference sheet in one go. Alright, so now let's move on to the actual video generation. I've got another example here. This time with an alien princess and a human astronaut pilot set in a spaceship bridge environment. This reference sheet goes straight into the Ingredients IC-LoRA workflow. So here's what we need. First, we load the reference sheet image. Then, we need properly formatted text prompts. And this is the key part. The Ingredients LoRA requires a very specific prompt format. The first section describes each element in the reference sheet. Top row, left column is this character. Top row, right column is that item, and so on. The second section is the target description. This is where you describe what actually happens in the video, camera movements, character interactions, dialogue, the whole thing. Now, writing these prompts manually is a lot of work, so I've streamlined the process using a text generation node in ComfyUI. Basically, I feed the reference image into a vision language model, in this case, Gemma 3, which is compatible with LTX's text encoding, and it automatically generates the full ingredients prompt format for me. It looks at the image, identifies all the elements, and then writes out both the reference sheet description and a creative target description for the video. I set the max length to 1024 so it can generate longer, more detailed prompts. And the nice thing about using Gemma 3 here is that the same text encoder can be used for both the prompt generation and the text encoding in the video pipeline, so it's all consistent. Now let's look at the actual output, and you can see both characters' interactions, the camera movements, everything was handled by that single generated prompt. Of course, you can always write your own prompts and inject your own ideas for camera work and character motion. You just tell the AI to format it according to the ingredient structure. But this automated approach makes it super fast. Let's compare the reference sheet side by side with the generated video. What you'll notice is that the backgrounds aren't just static copies of the reference image. LTX is actually able to handle dynamic camera angles, close-ups, different perspectives, while still referencing the spaceship environment and objects from the original image. And the two characters maintain about, I'd say, 80 to 90% visual similarity throughout the video. Sure, some small details shift, like the logo on the pilot's jacket might change slightly, but overall, the character consistency is really impressive. Now, I also tried something interesting. I tested combining ingredients with the prompt relay node. You know, the one I've been using extensively with MSR-LoRA. And the result? It didn't work well. The first few frames would just show the raw reference sheet grid, because prompt relay and ingredients use completely different prompt formats. Prompt relay expects a global prompt and local segment prompts, while ingredients has its own structured format with reference sheet descriptions and target descriptions. So these two approaches clash, and you end up with that awkward grid image at the start of your video. My recommendation right now, don't use prompt relay with the Ingredients IC-LoRA. Just use the normal sampling approach with the ingredients prompt format, and you'll get a much smoother result where the characters and backgrounds blend naturally from the very first frame. Let me compare this side by side with the MSR-LoRA from Lykon Studio. Both models do the same thing, reference to video generation. But MSR-LoRA is more flexible in terms of prompting. With MSR, I can use the standard prompt relay global and local prompts without any issues, and the characters blend in naturally from the start. That's one of the things I really like about MSR-LoRA so far. The limitation with Ingredients IC-LoRA right now is that it stacks the full reference sheet image repeatedly across all frames as a conditioning input. So if your video is 241 frames, it's stacking 241 copies of that reference grid into the IC-LoRA guidance input. But since the new LTX trainer is now open, anyone can train their own IC-LoRA with a different approach, just like the Lykon Studio team did with MSR-LoRA. And that's exactly what we'll be exploring in the next video. So that's it for today. Next time, we're going deep into training your own video LoRAs using the new LTX trainer. Dataset preparation, training configs, the whole pipeline, assisted by AI agents. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. See you on the next one.